Alright, how we doing, YouTubers? It's Thursday night and I was sitting here in my chair and chilling out a little bit after work, and I decided that I was going to make the big move on the Angels, and I thought what better way to show you guys what's going on than to do a video of it. So let's get started with this. This is what's going to be happening. I've already kind of done a little preliminary stuff. Excuse me. Still getting over that nasty flu. Okay, so what we got here is a 10-gallon with a matin filter. Let me pull these glasses off. With a matin filter in the back. This is where I previously kept my Apisto babies. They have all been sold off. Sorry guys, anybody who was still looking for Apistos. Working on another possible breeding pair in this little 10-gallon over here. Have to see what happens. There's one of the females right there, I think. And there's a male in there. We'll see what happens there. But with the Angels breeding like crazy right now, you know, I got my hands full anyway, so I'm not really doing much about that. So here's my plan. What I'm going to do is I got 2 jars down here. I got some new babies in this one that if you look real close you can see them right there, and I got the toddlers, or the whatever, couple weeks old ones in here, and they're ready to get out of that jar. So what I'm going to do, this tank has been sitting just it's been running, but it's I've had the heaters unplugged on this one and this one because I figured there was no fish in it. Plants can handle the colder water, and the room temperature in here, I keep it down around 73, 72 degrees, and yes, I sleep well at night. But at any rate, I moved all the plants other than the Java moss, and there's some wasser tang or whatever down in there. I moved everything over into this tank. A lot of that stuff's going to be going to the C.A.T.S show, which is our Carolina Aquatics show at the end of this month. Well, actually beginning of next month, the 5th of February, which is Sunday. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain this tank down. I'm going to take all this Java moss out and put it in these containers here. And I'm going to drain this tank down and clean it up a little bit. And I'm going to put a fresh load of water in it about 3/4 of the way. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the jar with the babies down there. Not the babies, but the older babies. And I'm going to uncork it and pull it up here and spill the water that's in it, or most of the water that's in it, minus the crap and crud that's down at the bottom, and the babies into this tank. And then I'll add the Java moss back in with pre-temperate water. They're in about 80-degree water down there. This water, I was just going to warm it up, and I thought, you know what, why not just go ahead and do a cleaning on the tank beforehand and put the 80-degree water back in it and condition it, and then, you know, add a bunch of their water when I bring them up. And so that's the plan. So I gotta go and get my my water changing hose and Python and hook it up, and I'm going to get started on this. And so I will bring you guys back in, which will only be a couple seconds for you, but some time for me when I got all this stuff rolling and we're ready to put the babies in. So we'll see you in a sec. Okay, so we're doing the drain down. I squeezed out the little sponge filters and scrubbed around on the bottom of that thing real good. And I'm going to drain that down to about, well, as much as I can get out of it with the Python. And I got my refill all hooked up, which goes over to this 35-gallon trash can. No, it's never been used as a trash can. It was bought new and it's only had water in it. And it was cleaned out real well beforehand. And there's no CFCs or whatever, you know, that can be released into the water. I checked to make sure that it was safe for that. So, but that's got a sump pump in it, and so we'll be going through and trying to pull as much of this crap out of here as possible. That subwasher tang, the fish love it and the shrimp love it and everything, but it's a mess. So, as much crap as I can out of here. Of course, a little bit of mess in the tank is okay. Gotta have something for the fish to, microorganisms and stuff like that, to suck up. So let's get the last little drop out of here. And I think that's about as much as I'm going to get. So, set that down there. Come over here. Crank that back just a little bit so I don't blast it with water when it first turns on. And there's a sump pump down in the middle of that. Plug it in here. And we'll start filling this guy back up. Crank that back a little bit. Then put these back in. Like to keep the pipes semi up front so that I can kind of see the fish a little bit. They like to hide in them and keep all those little caves up front. Put all that jumbo moss back there. Subwasher tang up here in the front. Sorry for the shaky camera work and everything. I'm trying to hold the camera in one hand, dry my hand off with a towel in the other one. So I think that's good enough right there. Yeah. Go ahead and shut this thing back off. Matter of fact, I'm going to let that siphon back a little bit, which it will, as you can see. Put a little more water in there than I wanted to. So, next up, we'll be pulling the jar out of here. Put the air back on those guys. Gonna pull the jar out of there so that these little guys will be getting into their new home as soon as I know that the water is up to temperature, which it's not quite there yet. I think that says about it's not quite there yet. It may be a little bit of a while. So I'll bring you back when I'm ready to do the transfer of them, and we'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we've gotten to that point, and I'm going to go ahead, get these out of the way, and go ahead and pull this out. Which this one is going to go to that upper tank here soon. Pull this out of the way. And over here, I'm going to have to set you guys down. This is going to be a two-handed thing. I don't want to drop the bottle with all the fish in it. But maybe I can set this over here and get a shot of it. See how that works. Now, I'm going to add some fishies. And I'll make sure I got all of them. Looks like I did. Like we got them all. So let's pick you guys back up. Take a look. Bubbler's going. So we'll just go ahead and top this this tank off, and let these guys get settled in. They all swim back to the back, it looks like. Okay. So now I need to get this airline loose. And let's see, it's gonna be not that one, but this one. Okay. Sit down over here. Let's take a look at the tank. Well, I feed this thing through and snake it through some stuff. Alright. So there we go. Get that pushed back down. And then I got two heaters in here right now. I pulled the one out of this tank over here just to help get this thing completely up to temperature. But looking good, looking good. Okay. So they've been successfully transferred over. The new batch is swimming around right there. And they're good to go, and the toddlers are in here kind of tripping out. I haven't seen any of them yet. Oh, there's some right there hiding back in there. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them hiding back in there, but they get used to their new surroundings and they should be out in no time. Wow, look at all of them. Zoom. Yeah, this camera doesn't do very well on focusing. Yeah. Oh well. Okay, so that's the transfer. Hope that was interesting to you. I mean, just another day in the fish room, but thought some of you might be interested in that. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Okay, so thought I'd add this in. This is the next day. And as you can see, they are all happy. Got a whole new world to explore, and plants to play with, and new kinds of foods to try. So, got a bunch of happy angelfish fry now. Checking out their new digs. Anyways, thought I'd throw that in at the end. See you soon.